Whether it's you're dealing with heavy commercial auto, personal auto, residential buildings, office towers, or whatever, there's so much data that's there, and it's happening so fast. I can see multiple apps. I've been, drawing out stuff all over the place, but being able to actually say, okay, we've got all this stuff. What does it really mean? You just can't necessarily get a handle on, because we're trying too hard to marry the old ways with what the future, where it's going to take us.
Because it's changing so quickly and there's so much of it, the only way you can hope to have a chance of dealing with it is if you are ready. So if you pre-structure things,
Sure.
if you have the information has an integrity which allows you to ask those questions, because otherwise you just get noise back.
How can we create a safe place where, yes, the information will be there, but yet the holder of the information, the user, will be still able to say no.
Yes.
Don't use it. I'd say it's more than a location hub that you need. It's a vault, It's a knowledge vault.
Just share the bits of information that are relevant to that decision, along with the tag, which is the location. So then you've isolated the information. And there's principles in privacy law that say, as long as the content of your message didn't contain personally relevant or identifiable information, it becomes much more usable and accessible.
You're becoming the broker in the middle that's saying, okay, I'll help you facilitate that movement of data.
Exactly. We want to facilitate the activity.
Yeah. You know how we say everything is process driven? So you got to understand the process before you can build the technology, and we're so used to, okay, let's go back, identify the as is and the to be. Well, the model should be more data driven. It's a data driven exercise more than it is a process, because if you understand what the information you need at the front end, you'll design the right system at the back end.
As the technology gets more prevalent and easier to use and more cost effective, it's harder to say that you're going to keep doing it the old way.
We should be looking at the overall data warehouse as to where we want to get. And I get it. I would get in arguments in my previous career around predictive analytics about how statistically we look backwards to look forwards. Well, if the data was crap when you were looking backwards, how are you going to change directions and move forward? You should be looking forward, and at some point, a leap of faith, which actuaries don't like to hear, you have to be able to say, we're moving to this direction because this is what this data is telling us. This is the first time I've heard about location intelligence and economics. What I'm seeing with that is that we're getting to the point where that leap of faith can happen, because it's being validated so quickly and changed to be accurate so quickly. So that's interesting.
Well, and I think what we're seeing too is a huge paradigm shift. In the past, we've used location almost as a proxy for how people will behave by inferred data, third-party data, because we weren't necessarily able to observe actual behavior. Now you're able to more and more observe actual behavior and marry it up with location.